Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by puppies. They the cutest. It is November 2024, and we are playing Pokemon Misfit Island Episode 13. We are using a homebrew of the Wild Words system, and I am Ian, the professor, and we have X playing Y.
I'm Austin, playing Illuminator Travis again today.
I'm Cabe, playing Augustus, the guide.
I'm Dylan, and I'm your boy Nero.
And I'm Taylor, playing Axelvix, the Pokemon biologist.
Excellent. Who can remind us what we did last time?
Darkrai emerged from the shadows.
We did an early
Yes.
2000s edgy episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a Hex Girls episode all over the place.
It's so good.
Yeah, no, you're, so, who was it? He was Dusclops, yeah. Turned into Darkrai, spent some time in the cemetery. What did we encounter there? I don't fully remember because it's been a couple of weeks.
It was a
Mawile.
Mawile? Yeah.
The Mawile.
Oh,
yeah.
I got bitey.
Yeah.
Yes, and we recovered the Mawilite too.
Yes, you did get Mawilite.
I'm just gonna take a second and pour one out for my homie Venipede.
Yeah, he got eaten.
Yep, he is dissolved.
Oh.
He wasn't a homie. He was a thief.
He was I mean,
No good.
bro. I you say that like you are not living in a glass house, bro.
I'm the one who did it.
Yeah.
You're like, whatever, I own that. I'll throw a rock in my own house.
Like, all right, calm down, Scyther Slasher. I think we don't need to be poking fingers.
Okay. You know what? I rescind my comment.
And the PvP begins.
Pot and kettles all over the place. I'm loving it. By the end of this, I feel like we will all go through some such situation. All we have to
get that body count rolling,
Emotionally
boys.
balanced.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah, this is my Rhyhorn, Rambo.
Impales McGee.
Yeah, right. So,
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, you guys made it back to Galaxerna, the town sitting on the edge of a million like waterfalls and rapids and stuff. And yeah, it's people are hanging about, going about their business. It's a beautiful day. What would you like to do in town?
It's beautiful morning.
well,
Did we
now
make
that
it
we've
back
kind of
to town?
got there and everyone's safe and we're backing away from the ghosts, spooky. I'm gonna search out Chrome. Because I want to talk to him about finishing the waterfall tasks. I apologize for the footsteps in the background. Excuse the Chihuahua puppies upstairs. So yeah, that's my goal. And so I'm going to talk to him about finishing up these waterfall challenges because Luminion and I were having a real good time as far as like leveling up and getting stronger. So I think it's a really good chance for us to train and kind of gain that interaction because we haven't been around a lot of water. And so Macrelmore and I, we're not quite as closely connected as I feel to the other Pokemon. And so I think this is also a good chance to boost that. And then so like I want to freely let everybody do all their stuff because I don't want to take up a lot of that because I know that's one of the planned events for today. So
yeah. Okay, so we'll pivot back to you in Chrome because I mean that was basically what you just said there is something is a beautiful statement that you could say to Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So we'll pivot back to you in Chrome and we'll go to the other group as they wander around town before heading out on this journey with you.
Tiny puppy noises.
I know Marshmallow is sad. I don't know why.
It's because I'm not there, okay?
I know he misses you. He's a good boy. He's just the sweetest puppy.
I want to go do like a joint medicine thing with that apothecary lady again?
It's called smoking, Austin.
I'm trying to. She's a city leader. I'm trying to keep it on the up and up.
Okay, but yeah.
Oh yeah, what was the alchemist lady's name anyway?
I was like, yeah, I can't remember if we got that down or not.
I don't think you did. I don't think I made a name for her, actually. I had a bunch of other characters.
Tunk was the leader of exploration.
Yeah,
Tunk was the one I was trying to riz up. Yeah.
Yeah, she has
And
a
then
halucha.
Jasper was the master sensei, which you guys didn't meet.
Well, unfortunately, you've given us a badass apothegranny. So
yeah. You can call her Apothegranny. Everybody else does too.
Hell yeah. Canon. Love it.
Yeah.
I want to go do like a big old jam session with her, make some potions, maybe gain some knowledge.
Make some jam.
Get some Pokemon tips.
It'd be an actual jam session.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I've got some herbs I can use, and like I was thinking that battery too.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
We'll pivot back to you in a minute. What does everyone else? What are your guys' goals?
I'm on the hunt for what's that called? For I want to Mega Evolve Metagross. What's that?
Mega Evolve Metagross?
Yeah, when I evolve.
Oh,
him,
you need Metagrossite or Metagrite?
Yeah. I want
Sure.
to see if there's anybody in town that sells that.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that one pretty quick. Honest to goodness, everyone's gonna point you back towards Engelbert, the trader. The guy who you guys stayed at his cabin.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're looking for any kind of thing like that, they're gonna say Engelbert. They have, mostly just fruit, spices, sugar, chocolate, jams. They have a lot of sand. A lot of like pearls, like freshwater pearls. But yeah, not a whole lot of minerals or things like that, like gemstones. That would be Gravito, the place where you guys got kidnapped. That's kind of their specialty. And they, as you guys heard, they limit trade pretty thoroughly. So it's pretty much only Engelbert who can trade freely.
All right. So next time we head over there, I'll do that then.
Yeah. You guys will be heading back that way anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not really safe to go alone. I'll go with you. I have some, you know what? I have a debt to Engelbert that I got to pay back now that I have a cool scar instead of a mortal wound. And that's thanks to him. So I feel like I owe him. I should go back there.
Yeah. You guys aren't going back now. Are you going back now, or are you going back like you guys are just planning to go back through?
Like, I like Augustus, but watching him climb a bunch of waterfalls is not what I would call a fun day.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, we can split the party. I'm down.
Don't split the party.
Let's go.
Sure.
Nice. Okay.
That's perfect, because I was gonna suggest that Krond go hang out and cheerlead because he's formed a workout bond with
Augustus.
The boy's coming to bark at you in an encouraging way.
Nice.
Full on training montage.
I'm going to hand over to look just to because like there's not a whole lot of waterfalls and stuff like that, so I'm gonna give Piplup over to Augustus for the time being to train and hopefully come back and maybe get stronger.
I'm just imagining Piplup like underneath the waterfall, trying to like brace train against it.
Just Piplup. I wasn't ready. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. The more the merrier. Any of the water, because I think it's really just Piplup is mainly the only other water, eh?
Yeah, I just have a Piplup.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, Krond will be like jumping on the rocks and like rock climbing alongside.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess me and Nero are on my go-goats, riding off into the distance.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. We'll pivot back to go-goats then, and we'll start with Krond and Augustus. We'll start you guys off quickly with the apothegranny.
Okay.
So what did you want from the apothegranny? Sorry.
I wanted to like work on my medicines and the research she's put into the medicines while she's been here, because this is all like new technology, new medicine. This is someone who's lived here for a while, I'm assuming, so they've got a handle on.
Yeah.
Because that's good research to take over. You don't know what type of weird things have mutated over here.
That's fair. She kind of looks at you. Okay, Sunny, you want to learn? And she'll like motion. She has an Amoonguss and a Parasect as
of course
her
she
Pokemon.
Does. That's awesome. By the way, I'm envisioning the like Bayou witch lady
like
from Frog and the Princess and the Frog.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. She's just kind of. She looks at you and she goes, "Okay. You want to learn more about all the stuff around here, all the herbs and the goodies, and how to you look like." She's like holding your hands and like petting your fingers and like doing that thing like where like old ladies just prod you and poke you and like try and see if you're up to snuff.
Yeah.
And she's just like, okay. There's some moss and lichen that grows on these waterfalls. It's a powerful antiseptic. And I think it'd be worthwhile for you to collect some.
Hell yeah.
It'll help you learn, being in the nature, in the area, seeing the ingredients will help you learn.
Will she mark them on my map for me?
They're like, she goes out to like the waterfalls that are all around, and she's like in underside.
Oh, I just have to go waterfall digging. Okay.
Yep.
I like a secret inside of behind a waterfall. I'm all down for that.
Yeah, like you notice on like a little bit on the sides of the waterfalls, there's different like the moss comes in like slightly variations of green, and she's like, yeah, you just you got to climb up the waterfall and you pick the moss from underneath the waterfall. You just hold on real tight.
Okay. I take that under. Right, I'm just furiously writing all this stuff down and like dash off. I'm off on an adventure. And I'll leave her like a pouch of water from my inventory.
She'll definitely take that.
Like, I'm getting some valuable information and techniques here. I'm going to compensate her accordingly.
Yeah, no, if you leave her a pouch of water, she'll be like, "Ooh, thank you, Sunny. I appreciate this. This is."
I don't think she'd want a battery.
No. She'll make something good. Like she can make something good with that. Perfect. You run off to go tell everyone that you're going to climb up the waterfalls, which is exactly what Augustus is doing. Augustus, you're with Chrome. Sorry, Chrome.
Yeah.
And you notice again, Chrome has the shiny giant Komomo.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it like jingles as it like kind of just sways and moves. It sounds like a wind chime almost. And there's Chrome just like he's like lifting weights, and actually as you get a closer look at him, you notice he has like Goku style weighted clothes.
Of course he does.
Absolute Chad.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just pumping iron. He's like one hand holding on to like the side of a mountain, like underneath a waterfall, just pumping iron with the other hand. And then he like throws the weight up, grabs on with the other hand, catches the weight with the hand he used to be holding on, and then just does that hand
Just swaps.
too. Yeah, just swaps.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
When he sees you approach, he like jumps down into like this beautiful swan dive into the pool at the bottom of the waterfall and like swims up and just comes out of the water, doing that like slow motion Baywatch hair shake. Yeah.
Dripping and glistening. And all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Augustus, and he like does the big, instead of like handshake, he does the like arm clasp.
Oh yeah, Predator full style. I'll go on and meet him with it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's like, Augustus, well met, good sir.
Chrome, I'm here for challenge.
Insert
Are you challenging? He like, you can see the fire in his eyes. He's like, are you challenging me or the waterfalls?
No, today I challenge nature. I wouldn't deem myself even close to worthy to challenge you or your position. I have the utmost respect. No, today it's about me and my Pokemon. This is a good place to get better.
A beautiful thing.
And get better we will. So with your permission, I would like to climb the waterfalls. With the help of my Pokemon as well as a couple of my companions. They wish to have challenges of their own.
Of course. He's like, well, no time like the present then.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll kind of walk you to the edge of town and then kind of down in town. Again, there's a lot of waterfalls and rapids and stuff. And then the jungle kind of surrounding the edge of the village. And the village is like partly treetop houses, zip lines down to like waterfall houses, like on little islands in the like river. And then some houses like on the actual like floor level of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes you down and you guys walk for maybe an hour or so. And you get out and you notice you hit almost like a cliff face. And you can see the ocean. You guys didn't fully realize how close you were to the ocean in this city. Because like in town, it doesn't feel like it with all the jungle around. But as soon as you step out, like from this little path he took you down, there's this, it must be 100-foot cliff face at least. And then just ocean as far as the eye can see. And you look out to either side of you as those rivers and rapids and waterfalls are spilling out into these giant, waterfalls on either side, crashing down into the ocean. And he looks at you and he goes, the first test, young Augustus, is to get up the first step. And he's like, I shall demonstrate. And he like backflip dives off the cliff into the ocean, lands, and then proceeds to just start swimming up the waterfall. Like just absolute like swimming, climbing up this waterfall. And it takes him about an hour, just under an hour. But he gets up to the top and you can see he's breathing pretty heavily. And he's like, that is phase 1. In order to truly conquer this mountain, you must never leave the water until you are done this competition.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And is Travis with us through a bunch of this? Yeah.
Yeah, Travis, what do you say to this as you watch this?
So I'm like watching this intense exchange of pure bonding and training, and I'm like, this is impressive, and I respect your challenge. My challenge is a bit less labor intensive. I'm gonna be over here carving up some moss from the rocks.
Chrome just looks at you and he's like, he does the hand clasp to you too, and he goes, all challenges are important. None are different. They might be different, but none are, lesser.
Yeah.
I have this moment. My eyes flare up. You're right. Everything in life is a challenge. my cron, the crumbs up behind, just starts barking madly and just jumping up the rocks, from rock to rock, challenging itself harder and harder. And I was follow it, scrambling up all terribly because I'm not what you would call physically adept. But I'm over here trying my hardest to get me some moss to not be shamed by my own Pokemon.
Amazing.
Seeing all this too is I'm gonna look down off to my side too because Piplup is there with me, and so Piplup, your goal is to keep them safe. We are good in the water; they aren't. So if they fall off, I want you to stay close to them and use your bubble beam to leave a nice comfy bed for them to fall onto in case they fall off the rocks. Okay, just make sure that we can protect each other. That'll be your training for today. And then we'll continue more and more, okay? Small steps. And so I'll kind of give him yeah, you can do it, and kind of nudge him a couple of steps towards. So Piplup is going to join Travis and Kron in the search for moss.
Nice.
Nobody wants to train Piplup.
Bro, I am climbing a fucking waterfall and trying to get dude, I'm training to fight Mike Tyson right now. Are you kidding me?
No, Piplup. You see Piplup, he gets this determined era on him and puffs up his chest a little bit.
Exactly.
And he goes and he stands with his back to the water, and he dead eyes Travis and Kron and
the eye squint.
yeah, full on. And he just he's ready to stop them from going in the water.
Literally,
he is ultimate lifeguard mode.
Exactly. See? And in the end, we're all one big team, right?
And puffs up his chest, stands on the edge, and squawks every time we get too close.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, you get this single bubble from Bubble Beam just pops on your forehead if you get too close.
Yeah, there's a party of everyone thinks that we have our own party of 5, 6, but no, we are all part of a big party of 30.
Yeah. Do you and Macklemore dive off the cliff into the water?
Hell yeah! All right,
Amazing.
buddy, let's do it. Because I will continue training Piplup, but you gotta walk before you can fly.
So as you dive off the
literally, yeah.
Nice.
It's not flying; it's falling with style.
Yeah, you hit the ocean water, and it's cold. It the river was nice and warm, heated with the sun and the jungle breeze. The ocean is cold and salty and just shocking to your system as you land in it. Dark and deep. You can tell, even without being able to fully see, you can easily tell that this cliff face, while 100 feet from where you jumped to the water's edge, is probably 200 or 300 feet down before you hit ground.
Oh, okay. So we don't break our legs when we hit the water.
No.
As Luminion and I go down, when we get about, I don't know, 50 feet,
Yeah.
I'll kind of signal over to Luminion, and he'll flap his fins and use Silver Wind so that we kind of like slowly like feather fall into the water.
Ooh,
So we don't splat it before we even get the chance.
Oh no,
to do anything.
the waterfalls are turbulating the water enough that you would have made it in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Turbulating.
Just
That's awesome. I've never heard that word before, and I need to use it more.
turbulating. Word of the day.
What? Aerating? Is it aerating?
Maybe
aerating?
I'm not sure of the verb.
It's breaking the surface.
But I know what you're talking about.
Like when the high divers dive, they pump air through they have this machine that goes underneath it's like
they pump air through the water to make their
aerates
into it.
Yeah. So like the waterfalls are like aerating the water such that you can land in it without just going splat.
It softens it. Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
turbulating,
we will,
like turbulence.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we all knew what you meant.
I was admiring your word choice, not mocking
Thank
it
you.
this time.
Thank you.
I mean, if you invented it, all the more power to you. You were here and you heard it first, folks.
Fair enough. Sorry. Yes. Go ahead.
Next episode, we're going to talk about the wonderful religion of Ianism.
Eontology, my dude.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So Macromore and I will, before we'll kind of get to like a calm spot, and I'll kind of like we'll do like a pep talk. Like we'll look each other in the eyes and like, yeah, we don't speak the same language, but like we know what's going on. Like it's time to take care of some business. So we know that it's going to be difficult, but by the time we get to the end, we'll both be stronger, and we're a team. And so in the end, our trust in each other is going to mean so much more, and that this is going to be a really good chance for us to work. So let's get to it. So yeah,
just before, like literally just before you're like, okay, we're going to go up you see Macromore take this, like jumps up into the air and then comes down into the water quicker and faster than you've seen him go before. And he's underwater for like probably a few minutes, maybe even 10.
If I stick my face underwater, do I see anything?
You can't see him.
Okay.
It's dark. Like it gets dark fast under the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few minutes after that, you see him come up and he spits out a little stone from the ground that he's picked up.
Okay.
And he you can tell he wants you to put that like in your pocket, or like he wants you to carry this. And you can see that he has like a little stone on him as well.
One of his own. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I will, I wouldn't be wearing, sorry, one sec. So just to double back. So I'd be wearing, like swim trunks. And probably because I'm out, I'd be wearing like not an undersuit, but like an underlayer. So it'd be like Under Armour, polyester athletic wear. So it'd be wearing like a tight t-shirt and then shorts with like an underlayer of shorts. And so he will take that and stick it in a zipper pocket that he has on the side of his shorts.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. We'll take this one all the way to the top.
And yeah, you guys can start swimming up the waterfall, or climb. Like you guys do this. Swim and climb. Yeah,
kind of like a salmon thing, but instead of jumping, I would be climbing the rocks.
Yeah. Staying in the, like, anytime you deviate almost to like as if you were about to go out of the water, Macromore will like nudge you and keep you in the water, remembering the words of Chrome, where you have to be in the water the whole time. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. What I was going to ask too is will him, like, this is a physical challenge, but is he allowed, like, is Macromore allowed to use any of his skills in, like, from the challenge forward? Like, when we dropped into the ocean was one thing, but like moving forward, this is sheer physicality, or is he able to use abilities?
No, he can use abilities. You just have to be
As long as
in
we
the
stay
water.
We're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I am gonna say, honestly, through like Chrome is there cheering you guys on at the top of this waterfall, and I'm not gonna make you roll for this first one.
Okay.
This first one, you get to the top of the waterfall.
Yeah.
And you feel just, first of all, the accomplishment of it. Like, that was incredible. But like the exhaustion you feel is just like nothing you've ever felt before. And Chrome will walk with you as he kind of guides you slowly up the river. And you notice it's like, again, you guys, it took a little while to walk down here. By the time you make it back to the actual town, it's night. Like it's pretty late. And Chrome will look at you, and you see him as you make it into town. There's this pool that you didn't quite notice, but it swirls ever so gently with the current. And Kron just says, "Rest here." Like this is the start, or like this is where,
it's like it's a good place to recover, a good place to rest.
And you see he rings a gong as you guys enter the pool, and he announces to the village, "One has begun." And you hear the village chant, "It has begun." And as the whole village kind of over the evening, like you pass out. I won't lie to you. You're exhausted.
Oh yeah.
But like you kind of, flitter awake every now and then or so. And as, REM sleep kind of dozes on and off. And you notice that the whole village, it seems, has walked by to pay their respects to like a person attempting this challenge. It's like it's a big deal in the village. And we will pivot to Nero and Axel. Yeah. And we'll pivot to Nero and Axel Vex. We'll come back to you in a moment. So Nero and Axel Vex. You guys are headed towards
Engelbert, right?
Engelbert, yes.
Oh, Engelbert, right.
Yeah, Engelbert. What's your route? Would you like to stick to the basically the same road that you guys took from Engelbert's house to here, or are you going to try and cut up through a different area? Or what's your goals here? Or are you just trying to get there as fast as possible?
I feel like we should just get there as fast as possible.
Yeah, the
road is clear.
We're just hauling ass on the go-goats.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it takes you guys like a day and a half. Like if you're just absolutely going, takes you guys a little bit, but you get there. Engelbert's chalet is set up. It's been a while since you guys had been there. It's been about a week or so, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's been just over a week. You guys get to Engelbert's chalet, and you can see lights on and some movement inside.
I knock.
He opens the door. It's you.
I give him a small thumbs up.
Come in, then. Might as well not die in the cold. You notice that it is full on snowing here.
The increase in elevation. I guess the winter is coming.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's like full on snowing, but there's only maybe an inch or so on the ground as of yet. Like you're not covered in snow yet.
I'm pretty much just gonna still respectfully, I'm gonna make myself at home, and I'm going to let Charmeleon out of his ball, and I'm going to start treating his wounds. Because I came here basically to repay my debt, but of course I'm not going to leave Charmeleon in bad condition.
Yeah, fair enough. Engelbert just looks the two of you over. Well, because the last time you saw him, he was on his way to the town of
Gravito.
Gravito, yes, to just kind of see what was going on there. So Engelbert will kind of look at you guys and just say, "You sure stirred the pot in Gravito, did you not?"
I look over. I go, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just get very quiet and very ashamed.
He kind of huffs and stares at the two of you and just shakes his head like, there's only so many travelers on these roads. There's not a point in lying. Look, I don't care what you do there as long as it doesn't affect my trade. But
I look at him with the haunted eyes of a child who has taken another's life.
He looks back at you with just the hard eyes of someone who has seen things probably more than you know. And yeah, just stares at you. Finally, he goes and he gets a pot of soup for the both of you and himself, and he sits down and he starts eating. He's like, "Well, there must be a reason you came to visit."
I've come in search of the evolution stone to evolve my Metagross once I've fully evolved my Matang here.
He wants a Metagrossite.
Yes, not evolve your Metagross, to Mega Evolve.
Mega Evolve, thank you. Yes.
Yes. That's tricky. Mega Stones are tricky.
What?
I have a few, but not all of them.
What do you mean? Not all.
Well, Gravito is very, very hesitant to give up their Mega Stones. It's taken me a lot of time to get my Mega Stones and my other valuables that I have here.
Okay. Well, if there's one thing I do recall is they like their craftable Pokeballs. Would there be a chance that I could give you or craft you some Pokeballs that might incline them to trade you a Megastone?
It wouldn't hurt.
Now you're cooking.
Yeah. I have a few contacts that aren't the usual trading folk, you know what I mean? And yeah, anything extra would definitely be helpful.
Okay. I'm going to hand him over one of my normal type Pokeballs, one of the psychic ghost Pokeballs, and I'll give him my last ice ball.
Okay.
And I will roll to craft some Pokeballs from the crystals that I have to sweeten the pot.
Okay. And then your last ice one, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And then where are you getting these crystals from?
I have crystals up here.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I grabbed the crystals from the cave.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he'll be like, okay. This is
Does this seem like something that could achieve getting a megastone, or would there possibly need to be more?
it depends on what you make with those crystals, but I think it's doable. It might take a little time, but it's doable.
Okay. Time, there's still plenty of time till, Matang, fully evolves, so I can be patient.
Okay. Let's see what you make with these crystals.
All right.
A mess.
A mess.
What am I rolling again?
He's gonna kind of like look you over for a second, and he's gonna go, I'll tell you what. You give me that frozen cube you have, and one other Pokeball, one other of your specialty balls, and I'll give you a metal alloy that you can use with those crystals, or a metal coat that you can use with those crystals.
And then you'll take the other Pokeballs to see about trading?
Yeah, I'll take the 3 that you gave me, and whatever you make from all the Pokeballs you make from this thing, and I'll take those 3 plus whatever you make to trade for a Mega Stone. But to help you make something, I'll take a frozen cube and one of the Pokeballs that you have for myself.
Okay, that sounds like a deal. I can do that.
Okay. Which Pokeball do you want to give him?
Oh, let's give him. What's this one? Yeah, I'll give him the other normal type then.
Okay. Do you want a metal alloy or a metal coat?
Let's go for a metal alloy.
Okay. Perfect. So you're gonna roll. How many Pokeballs are you trying to make?
How many without a cut?
With a metal alloy. Let's see. I'll say 3 of the crystals and a metal alloy. You could make 1 Pokeball, or all 7 of the crystals and the metal alloy, and you can make 3 Pokeballs.
I'll go for the 3.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So 3d6. Right?
Yep.
A 6, a 1, and a 2.
6, a 1, and a 2. That's good. That's a success.
That sounds like a 6 to me.
Yep. You can get a Pokeball that has a 75%, or 3 Pokeballs with a 75% catch rate on Steel type Pokemon.
Ooh. Okay.
And then he'll take those 3 Pokeballs.
Quick, Darkrai! Use Dark Void! We're running! All right, buy Pokeballs.
A man's shop was consumed by a singularity today.
No, my Nickit.
It's okay, they're just asleep.
This poor town. Today on the news, 100 people. Will they ever wake up?
Local doctor claims spaghettification, not lethal.
Yeah. He just kind of looks them over. He's like, these Pokeballs, by the way, are like pure like steel. It's like chrome ball.
They're not Okarun gold.
No, they're the like salt like stainless steel chrome kind of shiny metal Pokeballs.
Shiny balls, gotcha.
Yeah, shiny balls. He looks them over. He's like, these are impressive. I can definitely trade.
I just kind of like dust off my shoulders and no big deal.
He's like, yeah, no, I think I can guarantee you some Metagrossite for these. That's an easily. This is a good 6 Pokeballs of this quality. And kind of looks them over again. Yeah. This is good.
All right. When do you think we should come back to touch base with you again?
Well, I was just there. I was actually going to go to Galaxerna, as I have some trading to do there. So it'll take me, I was going to leave tomorrow. It'll take me 2 days to get to Galaxerna. Trade in Galaxerna for a few days. Come back. Stay for a day or two here. Make sure everything's good. And then go back there. So 2 weeks or so?
That sounds about right.
Okay. See you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I shall see you in a fortnight.
Yep.
Oh, can I roll 10 for my Charmeleon here?
Oh, yes, totally.
Not to be like, hey, I'm still here technically.
No, you can totally, yeah.
I'm going to carefully tend to his wounds.
What happened to Charmeleon again?
He got messed up.
Oh,
son.
yeah, Bitey. The Mawile.
Bitey absolutely wrecked shop on him.
Oh, yeah.
He is on the verge of collapse, technically.
Oh, yeah. Yep. No, I forgot about that. That's, oh boy.
That is a full success.
Full success. Yeah, you can heal 2 points.
Fantastic.
Okay. And then again, you heal 1 point every night. So,
okay. Well, he's back to fighting fit now. He's got his cute little bandages on and he's happy.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's holding his little Thunderstone and he's like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's true. He really does love that thing.
And we're gonna pivot back to Augustus and Travis.
All right.
Okay. You wake up, Augustus, with the crack of dawn, let's say, as you got a better sleep than you thought you would, sleeping in a pool of water.
Yeah.
Again, there's a crowd of people to cheer you on as you start making your slow kind of wake up and swim, walk, wade through the water to the next kind of bit of rapids and waterfalls. And the whole village will cheer and, encourage you as you go up, and you slowly, but you make it to the top of the next falls, and you make it a little ways further. And before you know it, the village is just a little speck. It's it's hidden by trees, and you've gone now, and it's just you and Travis and your Pokemon and Piplup and the forest, the jungle forest around you, and the waterfalls crashing and the rivers raging. And yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the rest of my Pokemon as well. I want them to watch the payoff of hard work, so they can just kind of lounge around and do as they please on the bank. Luminion and I, same thing. Pipple up. Make sure that Travis doesn't get hurt or fall in the water, please. And yeah, we'll go for it. This time, because I know it's going to be a little more difficult. What we'll do is I'm going to talk to Luminion about if I fall, please keep an eye and hit me with an aqua ring to keep me in the water. Because in that way I don't fall too far out.
Yeah. Luminion's like ready there beside you.
Yeah. So what do you want for rolls then?
You can roll swim or climb. I know it's the same for you, but whichever one you want to kind of narrate through. Okay. You have Kron using Helping Hand, I assume.
Kron will always be using Helping Hand. He lives to cheer them on, especially because water is death.
Nice. That's fair. Yeah.
He's risking his life jumping from these rocks.
And I'd say just for the flavor, let's say jolly for my nature, because I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then will I get an extra one for my water typing plus aqua ring?
Yeah, so you'll end up with 4 dice.
4d6k.
Yeah, because you'll have 1 for your nature, 1 for your specialty, 1 for Luminion's type matchup, stab,
and 1 for the helping hand,
and 1 for helping hand. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, sounds good. Give me 1 moment, and I will get those rolled. A 4, 2 6s, and a 5.
Nice. Please beautifully describe how you make it up this next stretch of river and falls.
So Luminion and I do the same thing. Give him the look. Be like, all right, let's get it going, buddy. It's time to work. So we're just gonna start giving her. So we're just gonna swim hard, and make our way through the rapids, and like you were saying earlier, kind of a combination of swimming and climbing. So like Augustus is swimming for chunks that are a little flatter, and then grabbing onto rocks and pulling himself for areas that are a little harder to get around, and then we start going vertical. And Luminion, from the side, it looks like the classic salmon ladder. He's jumping and getting pushed back and jumping and weaving in and out beside me. And I don't know, for any of the listeners, climbing a waterfall is not as easy as some people may make it look. In my own personal experience. So it's hard. Yeah, you got water rushing, and you're just trying your hardest to just hold on to those rocks just to get to the top and make it and get that big breath of fresh air. And so we go, and there's a tiny slip I can grab at the top, but it's a weird edge. You can't quite, so he slips, and he feels something hit him in the back, and he looks over his shoulder, and Luminion's jamming up against him to make sure that he stays. And with that last push, him and Luminion, he also gets a good handhold and reaches back with his other arm and scoops Luminion and pushes him up over the edge, and pulls himself up in behind and gets up to the top. And he's just gonna see Luminion jump up and do like a classic like fish jumps out of water and high five,
Yes.
And so he'll do that, and then after he does that, he'll do he'll kind of stand on the edge of the waterfall and do this giant flex, like the classic, like super excited. And you guys will see the seams on his on that undershirt are going to ripple just a little bit. And nice. And with that, we made it up and over another section.
Yeah. As you crest
I need to get back in that relaxation pool. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Man. He's gonna side over at Chrome and just like point at him and be like, Sorry, continue.
No, that's great. Like, yeah, as you look over at Chrome and just tired and, but cheering yourself on, you look and Chrome, not Chrome, Travis. Chrome.
I am Chrome now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Travis, you look over at Travis and the both of you see, let me put it up here in the encounters.
I look up covered in like slimy, like gross moss with like a dripping flask and like an absolutely dull knife.
Yeah. Okay,
Swanna, Squirtle, and Warturtle.
Oh, nice.
And you just see that this next stretch of river is calm and peaceful. And you see the Swannas and the Squirtle and Warturtle, and they're all just playing and diving and just having a good time in the water. Absolutely enjoying themselves.
I'm gonna make my way over and try to kind of lazy river float kind of amongst them. So I assume, there's like a couple of Squirtles, a few Warturtles, etc. Right? So and Luminion and I, we're just gonna float and watch the clouds for a little bit because I think we earned a bit of a break.
That's fair. Yeah. You guys float for a little while and just kind of enjoy the view. And the Squirtles will they'll play around you. They'll kind of nudge you and push you upriver, downriver, either side. The Swannas are, flying and diving through the water. And every now and then they'll boost up a Warturtle, and you'll see them. The Swanna will dive down, and the Warturtle's kind of on the surface of the water, and they come up just underneath it and catch it. And the Warturtle will surf on its back till about 5-6 feet in the air, and then jump off and dive into the water.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they play and have fun, and slowly you guys kind of swimming, getting pushed a little bit, but not it doesn't I say you're getting pushed, but it's definitely not. You're not cheating. You're not. It's not.
No, we're just floating along.
You're just having a good time.
It's getting booped.
And you guys, after a little while, you've made it to the next set of falls, the next section here. As the water comes down, and you see the Swannas and the Squirtles just kind of wave goodbye as they go back to their plane and leave you to the next stretch of water.
Okay, I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna stay in the water, but I'm gonna go to over to the riverbank and kind of bring all of my Pokemon in and check in, make sure Travis is doing good. Hey Travis, you got all your stuff? Piplup did a good job.
I think I've got a few vials of the goop. Yeah, Piplup saved me a couple times. Them bubbles are soft, but not soft enough.
Yeah, I know, but enough to stop a broken bone, and that's what matters. So good job, Piplup. So I'll give him a piece of rations and a little high five. All right, buddy, you take a break and hang out with everyone else. And then just want to make sure everyone's eaten. And get ready. Take that bit of a break just to get ready for the next section.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roll me for climbing it or swimming it.
The next one. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you just want the same roll? We'll go with the same.
Yep. Just the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Just same for. Yep.
6, 4, 4, 6.
Okay.
Rolling hot on this challenge.
Yeah. Nice. I like it. This section of waterfalls doesn't seem to be as hard as that last section, and definitely not as hard as that first waterfall.
Mhm.
Like you're almost backstroking through this section. You're feeling a little too good. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're just
I caught the pace, and now I'm just rashing through it.
yeah. And as you make up your way up the waterfall here, where is, there we go. And there is, you see as you're going up, Travis, you start to, oh no, not Tiny Mo.
No?
Same one. There we go. Travis, as you see Augustus just easing through this waterfall, or this section of the waterfalls, you notice underneath, like unbeknownst to Travis, underneath and kind of around is some time poles, and they seem to be like grabbing things under the water. This is very intriguing. They seem to be like, when one gets close to the surface, it's almost like some kind of underwater berry, like a plant that just produces berries completely submerged underwater. And yeah, there's 3 time pools, or tide pools. Sorry, time pools.
Yeah,
Timples?
And one of them, as it gets close to you, is a shiny Terra.
And they turn into seismitoad. So a shiny Terra seismitoad down the road. Damn.
Yeah. So this time pole, as it gets close, like to you, you see the instinctive Terra markings, as like some crystals are kind of growing on its, forehead and tail, just a little bit, because it's just a little time pole. But you can already see those crystals growing there, and that shiny coloration, as they are picking these berries and swimming upstream. And if you move upstream, you notice they've collected this large stash of these weird underwater berries. And they've kind of tucked it away in a bit of a calmer part of the river.
Well, that's cool as heck.
Yeah.
But I don't see this. This is swimmer boy.
No,
right?
you see, this is what you see, because Augustus can't. They're moving too quickly, and like Augustus is focusing on swimming. Like, yes, Augustus is having an easy time, but Travis, you see this around Augustus.
because they'd be like in the reeds and like off to the side and like doing other stuff. Like, I'm too focused on just fucking getting up there.
I want a Tim pole so bad. Shoot, and they're just swimming around with all those fancy berries.
Yeah. And as I say, you can see they're stashing them just up in a calmer part of the river.
Okay. Now that I've gathered my bits, I'm gonna go up to that part of the river, climb up the rocks to be up there.
Yeah.
And try to catch the shiny Terra one off guard.
Okay. Roll what? How are you going to catch it off guard? What's your?
I'm gonna offer it my big beautiful yam. Put it like the edge of the water.
That's
Swing.
fair. Yeah. Roll me roll me shepherd. Yeah. Roll me shepherd.
These aren't my points.
Are those not your points?
What do you mean those are your points?
I'm pretty sure I didn't just have 2 in medic, research, and cultivator.
Oh, you know what? I think I messed up your points.
Because I already had to change some of my typing points earlier.
You know what? I edited the wrong sheet a minute ago. I'm sorry. I was trying to multitask. That's on me. I'm
Because
sorry.
I was pretty sure I had
Yeah, no,
Shepherd.
Yeah, no, I did. I messed up your points. I'm sorry. Oops. Let me see here. Can
Shame.
I know. Can I here wait. Stay still for a second. Oh no, that's gonna go that way. Oh no, don't do that. Time pull. Augustus. Let's see here. Is there how do I find edit history? Last edit was seconds ago. Version history. You should have as of you should have 2 in eloquence, 1 in research, 1 in medic, 1 in shepherd, 1 in climb, 1 in swim. And then you have 1 in poison, 1 in ground, 1 in normal.
And 1 in ghost, because I put 1 in ghost.
And then 1 in ghost, yeah.
Okay, so hold on. So I don't have research.
No, you have 1 in research.
1 in research, 1 in medic.
1 in medic, 1 in shepherd.
1 in shepherd.
2 in eloquence.
2 in eloquence.
1 in climb, 1 in swim.
Climb.
Sorry. How did I mess that up?
Yes, you want me to use shepherd for this?
And then yes, sorry, I want you to use shepherd for this.
Do I get extra dice because of my big beautiful yam?
You will get a dice from your big beautiful yam.
say big beautiful yam one more fucking time.
You're just jealous of my big beautiful yam.
Yam.
So I'm gonna use relaxed because it's nice and chill. I'm offering a trade or deal, perhaps. You know, there's more stuff like this if you come with me.
Mm-hmm.
6 double 5s.
6 double 5s. Okay. So the shiny Terra time pole will come up to the edge and will pick up your yam and start kind of nibbling on it. And is definitely intrigued with a 6 and a twist. It's you have its full and undivided attention currently. Yeah, it's sitting here. It's happily eating this yam, and it's eyeing you not with suspicion but intrigue.
I'm then going to try to use eloquence to convince it that if that's tasty for it, I can show it, I can give it a lot more stuff if it comes on an adventure with me, showing off the slingshot leak.
Ooh. Okay. You going to try and get a seismitoad with a slingshot leak?
Well, I'm just showing it the interesting type of superfoods that I'm carrying with me.
That's fair. I guess it is technically a food too.
And it's like just because it's a far-fetched weapon doesn't mean
That's true.
Like this got to be even more special than a beautiful yam. It's a far-fetched specialty. So yeah, I'm using my eloquence and be like, look at all my happy Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very intrigued. It'll eat the entirety of your yam.
Yep.
And it sees that leak, and yeah, it will kind of swim over, and it'll put its tail around the leak, like to hold on to it. And it will. Yeah, it kind of looks at you as it puts its tail around the leak to hold on to it. And it will evolve into a palpitoad.
What?
It evolves into a palpitoad.
Oh, okay.
Its next evolution.
It just evolves.
Yeah.
With a leak.
And yeah, you see its tail because like it couldn't swim while holding the leak, and so it forced itself to evolve. So it's now holding this leak with its tail, and it's got the little feetsies. And it's just kind of smiling at you, and just kind of standing there in the water a little bit, holding this leak.
I slowly hold out a Pokeball to it.
Yeah, it'll hop in the Pokeball.
Yes! Alright, so I'm assuming the leak is used up.
Yeah, the leak is used up. It is now with that Palpitoad, though. You can note.
Oh,
that,
the Palpitoad has it. That's
yeah,
cool.
it's holding.
It's wielding the slingshot leak.
Yeah.
That is
Palpitoad
terrifying. So
That's
I have
awesome.
a shiny Terra Palpitoad.
Yeah. Holding a slingshot leak.
Oh god, yes. I was stressing so bad. I'm like, man, my Pokeballs suck. I'm not Taylor. I have an ice ball and some Pokeballs. Now, I'm gonna have to mug Taylor while he sleeps.
If I recall, I was generous and I gave you guys Pokeballs. I asked
You
you,
did,
is there
yes.
any Pokeballs you guys want?
Yes.
I can craft you whatever you want. You just have to give me the items.
Beautiful.
So that's gonna go down to 5.
Raw deal.
Well, I'll mark
I'm
it
not
in my
into
book that you guys I owe you for me.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna pivot. Actually, we're gonna do one. No, we're gonna pivot back to the other group, and then we'll pivot back to you guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna, as we pivot to the other group, we're gonna assume you guys are a grueling and epic swim up many, many waterfalls. As this whole journey, Chrome would have told you at the beginning that, the fastest anyone has ever swam this course was like 8 days kind of thing, or 10 days. Yeah, like it's a grueling swim as you go. But we will pivot to the other group, as you have you have 2 weeks till Engelbert is back. But Engelbert in the morning will head out on his way to what is the town called? Galaxerna. Are you guys going to try and go with Engelbert to Galaxerna, or are you going to muck about in this area for a little while, or what's your game plan?
I don't know. Dylan, what about you? Did you have any tasks?
Nope. I mostly just came along because I found it boring. So what we should do is we should make a secret plan just between the two of us, Axel, and we should beat them to the top, like beat them to the end of the race, so that when Augustus finishes, we're there.
You're
and
already there.
Yeah, we're already there, and then we can either be like, "What took you so long? We finished this in half a day," right? Or we'll actually maybe wholesomely congratulate them, and we could go find some beer or something. I don't know.
I was gonna say, before Bert, was it Bert?
Engelbert.
Before Engelbert takes off, I asked him, "Do you have any cupcakes or birthday cakes or candles by chance?"
I like what you're putting down here, bro.
He kind of stares at you for a little while, and then kind of motions to the like beautiful, albeit beautiful, but still single guy living in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And he's like,
You can have a sweet tooth. You never know.
he's like, I have candles, and he pulls out some like standard, just like candles.
We take
Okay.
the candles.
Do you have a muffin?
And he pulls out some like traveling bread.
Okay, sweet. Here, I could take out one of my Pokeballs. I hand them to him. Just one of the basic ones as a trade.
Yeah. He's like, okay, cool. You can put candle, like 6 candles in your inventory.
Okay. So I turn to Nero and I go, okay, our mission is to get to the top of the waterfall and present this
Whatever the
bread.
fuck this thing is.
Whatever the fuck this thing is, with candles and say congratulations.
Yep, that's totally exactly what we should do. That's a good friend move.
All right.
Excellent.
So, with all due haste, we are going to hop on to 2 copies of my Matang and fly to the top of the river as fast as we can.
Okay.
Matang flies over 60 miles per hour,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think we could get there.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is your guys' goal to go like through, like, so Engelbert's place, if you look on the map, you see it's that little dot. Are you like straight lining it to the top of the river?
Yes.
Or are you going like across the road and then straight lining up the river?
I feel like we should just rip right over the mountains, because then we can
Okay. Yeah,
just like they won't see us coming or anything like
that's
that. We
fair,
won't
yeah.
we won't catch them halfway. We'll either make it or we won't.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. As you guys go over the mountains, like it's pretty harrowing. It's definitely not a fun trek because again, the weather is abysmal.
Oh, it's
probably
tragic up there.
And you notice Engelbert's like, because he's got that big mammal swine. As he's like going down the path, mammoth swine is using powder snow, and it's just making it snow more and more around him. And like you can tell 110% guaranteed he was not going to let you guys walk with him. He just doesn't give off that kind of vibe. He was going to go out alone, and you guys could have walked, but you would have had to be ahead of him or behind him.
We're going 60. How are we not in front of him?
No, you're in front of him now. I'm just saying,
We're
like,
avoiding
you guys,
him entirely. He needs space.
Yeah.
The best thing we can do is fly away on our magical sky Pokemon and leave him to be cold.
Yeah. And you guys go, and the mountains here are quite tall in this stretch that you're flying around. So you can't actually fly over them. You're more kind of flying through different passes.
We're bobbing
stuff.
and weaving.
Yeah. And making the best of the way as you can, kind of hugging that line between the edge of the mountains and the hills. Like, yeah, you're not too high up in the mountains right now. That's kind of what I'm getting at, because the higher ups are fully snow capped and almost glacier looking. As you guys fly through, you do see down, or I guess it wouldn't be down because you guys wouldn't be flying that high off the air. You see just in the distance some movement of Pokemon doing something in the ice and snow up ahead.
Can I see what it is while we're moving?
I guess you got binoculars, yeah.
Yeah.
You and your stupid binoculars.
Always
Well
buy
done.
binoculars, kids.
It's there is 2. Where's my sheet? There it is. 2 Galarian Articuno and a Swinub. the Articunos seem to be cutting chunks of ice and snow, and then Swinub seems to be like wiggling his way in there and like pulling out some like berries and food stashes, and like then he'll put them out and he'll eat a few. The Articuno will eat a few, and then he kind of wiggles over to another area and points, and then they'll dig into the ice there, and then he'll wiggle in and pull out some more berries and things. As Swinub's, their two Articunos and Swinub are working together to hunt for some food on this mountain.
Neat. As we roar past them.
Just
absolutely
nice.
I'm like,
Right.
hey, we could potentially catch, and then just cut off,
And then
cut
he's
off
gone.
entirely.
We're on a mission.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, that
That's
is fair.
Yeah, you guys will get. You guys get to the top of the waterfalls. There's this beautiful. Well, I'll describe it later. You guys get to the top of the waterfalls. We're going to pivot back to the group that are actually attempting the waterfalls.
Boo.
Travis and Augustus, you have made it a little over halfway up these waterfalls. It's been a grueling number of days. Augustus, I want you to roll me. As I say, the shortest this was ever completed in was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, was 8 days. Was the shortest this has ever been completed in.
Yeah.
I'd like you to roll me a d6 and add 3 to it.
Just a single.
Just a
D6?
single d6. This is how many days you've been at it so far.
3.
So you've been at it 6 days so far.
Yeah. Okay.
And as I say, you're a bit over half. Like you're probably 2/3 of the way.
Mhm.
Like you might be on track to almost hit that record if you really push yourself.
Nice.
If you so choose.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you're feeling pretty good. It's been grueling, and you're definitely like you're pruny. That's one thing you didn't fully expect from this. Is you're just very pruny because you've been in the
Well,
water.
yeah, because I've been in the water for a week.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it's moving water, so it's not stagnant. So I don't think there's any like bad
No.
things.
No,
with it, but
I'm sure it'll be all right.
yeah, but it's definitely like a weird sensation that you've been in water this whole time. Yeah, Travis, you're constantly getting soaked when you go and like pick moss and things and lichen, and then like having to dry your clothes, and it's
How dare they?
Travis, you're looking worse than Augustus.
I'm not surprised. I am disgusting. I am a swamp monster.
You're probably so disheveled.
Oh, it's goopy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's get a roll for the start of the day here. So it'll be 4 dice again as you climb your way up this beautiful mountain or waterfall.
5, 3, 3, and 4.
Okay, so still has a twist, but less of a success. This next stretch of waterfalls seems to be tricky. It's getting difficult for you to go. As you kind of make it up the falls, you definitely have a feeling that something's watching you, but you can't quite pinpoint it.
Okay.
Travis, you're also getting a feeling like you get an ominous feeling.
An ominous feeling.
Yeah, like you're not entirely sure, but there's this stretch of waterfalls is unfortunately it's pretty steep, so you're you're actually like before you were able to kind of walk along the water's edge, and every now and then you did a bit of climbing here and there, but it wasn't like you're not doing this test. Whereas this part here, you're more focused on what you're doing than you are on Augustus, because you really have to like get up the next part, and then you walk a little bit, and then you got to get up the next part. Like you're working hard too. So I'm actually going to make you roll me, Travis.
Okay.
I'm going to make you roll me a climb.
I got climb.
Yep.
Um,
And I will say, yeah, it's just a straight climb.
okay. I'm gonna use my careful because that's just the type of person I am. Plus climb is 2, and then growl is rock. Helping hand for 3.
No, Krond is helping Augustus.
Then
He's focused that energy elsewhere.
But
With-
Piplup is with him.
Piplup is with you.
if
So like
if,
you won't
Piplup-
take a bad fall because Piplup's
Yeah,
there.
you can.
if
you
not
can,
Piplup, then what I'll do is, because you said I got a bad feeling.
Yeah, like as you guys are climbing this, like there's just something, like something's watching you. It's odd. It's not like this area is a step up in difficulty from what you guys have experienced so far.
I'm gonna have Wish Song come out and
Mhm.
do an extra sensory at the top there,
Yeah. Okay.
just to kind of give me some
Yeah.
awareness of what's going on.
Roll me climb first. Let's see how that
So
goes.
2d6.
Yeah.
Do I have any equipment? I have a
No.
survival pack.
Yeah, I'm assuming Augustus will have given you some items to help you.
Yeah,
Because Augustus
I have climbing gear in
Yeah.
my inventory, so I would have freely shared it.
So that'll be 3d6 or 2d6.
I'll give you the third d6 for the climbing gear. Because Augustus probably would have given you some pointers.
Mhm.
And
I would have taught him how to use it all.
I'm not a Nern route chasing fool.
Yeah.
5, 3, 2.
Okay. You get to the top, and Wish Song will use extra sensory
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of stand there scanning the area, and you just see like a shiver of almost like not fear, but like apprehension go through Wish Song as 2 shadows move quicker than all of you can see, and they dart towards you, and then at the last second move away and dart towards Augustus as this thing, Augustus, hits the side of the waterfall and breezes through it as if going through butter. And then you feel something jostle you slightly, and then it's off into the tree on the other side of the waterfall.
Okay.
Standing there. Augustus, the stone that Macromore had given you
Mhm.
is not in your pocket anymore.
Yo, what the fuck? Gotta get that back.
Looking over again, this part is hard. Like you're barely getting your head out of the water to like look over and see what's going on. Travis, you're stunned at what just happened. There are 2 Greninjas standing on the other side of the river. One of them holding the little stone that was in Augustus's pocket. And you see this Greninja just kind of look at it and then kind of stare at you, and it just kind of drops it on the ground like that wasn't what it was looking for. And then you can see them starting to make ready to like take another swipe at you guys.
And that was even with advanced warning. Okay. I'm going to yell at Piplup to go cover you. Like, Piplup, go cover him. There's no way he can stop another Greninja stealing shit from him again.
Yeah.
That is insane. And I'm going to let out my new friend Palpitoad to help me get across the river. Because I'm looking to scare off the Greninja. I'm more interested in recovering the rock.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, basically I'm gonna let out like the cool ass new Palpitoad and like hold on to the. I'm like, you gotta trust me on this, but we gotta get across and like hold on to the thing as he like drags us across the river.
Yep. Yeah.
You should give him aerial ace to represent using the slingshot.
You can't shoot me. I'm just using it like some handholds right now. Thankfully, this is the calmer part of the river before I'm actually up the waterfall. But
I'm just saying that way he can gat when he gets up there.
I don't know.
But
what his last move is.
You will. Okay. Roll
because it doesn't miss.
Travis.
Yeah.
I want you to roll one of two options. Option A, cross the river as safely as possible. Option B, defend against the Greninjas as much as possible.
Well, I can only defend against the Greninja coming after me, right?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna either like Piplup will defend Augustus. I'll roll for that. But there's a Greninja coming your way. And
I'm gonna focus on getting across safely because I don't want to have Augustus have to rescue me during his challenge.
Fair enough. Okay. Then I'm not gonna make you roll.
Okay.
You'll get there safely, but I will,
because they did drop his rock too. So I'm hoping that they just leave it there.
D10. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So you'll get to the other side of the waterfall. The Greninja, one Greninja will have swiped something from you.
Okay.
The other Greninja will attempt to swipe something again from Augustus, but Piplup will have shot it, and distracted it enough that it can't actually get anything from Augustus.
Nice. That a guy.
You get to the other side. Again, you can pick up the stone. The Greninjas are a little confused why you would just pick up the stone. And that like you guys actually like went for it. But they stole the holy hand grenade cleanse from you.
Oh, those bastards. And they kept this one?
Oh yeah, no, what is that again?
That's the
heal potion that you can throw, right?
Yeah, and it works on like status effects.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was confused on your nomenclature there for a half second. Yeah, no, they look at it and they kind of sniff it and they can realize that it's going to heal them, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they're smart enough. So you can see they like kind of pocket it into a little like sack that they have. And they're kind of eyeing you guys, and like eyeing Piplup. Piplup's on. So now we have Piplup on one side of the river with the Greninjas, Augustus in the river, and then you and Seismitoad. Not Seismitoad, sorry. Palpitoad. Thank you. And you and Palpitoad on the other side. I guess Krond would be on the same side as Piplup.
Yeah.
Because so they're kind of eyeing you all as to like, is it worth it to try and steal more from you, or are they going to flee? And they'll choose to flee. You can attempt to like try and get your Pokemon to like, attack, like keep them to stay, but they are attempting to flee.
I'm not going to attempt to stop them. Losing the Holy Hand Grenade sucks, but there's a focus on not fucking up the waterfall goal here, and I don't want to keep them around. But I will. If they're gonna give me a free back shot, I'm gonna throw a Pokeball at one of them.
You're on the other side of the river.
Oh,
So
if I'm
What-
not near them, then
No, Austin just said that he spent his last turn safely getting across the river.
Yeah,
to where they drop
Yeah,
your rock.
where they dropped the rock, but then they
Oh,
while he was crossing the
No,
river,
all
they
good.
swiped from him.
Yeah, no, my
So,
bad. I missed
Yeah.
their cross back.
Yeah, sorry.
No, all good, all good.
You can attempt. I will say it'll be a D6. If you roll a 6, you'll hit. And then
Like I
you'll-
said,
you'll
if it's too far away.
Yeah. No, it's too far. But all right, so they escape, and
I have your
they're-
rock.
Yep.
Thank you.
You give Augustus his rock back.
Nope. He's in the middle of a waterfall. How the fuck am I supposed to give him a rock back?
Roll a 6 on a throw.
And
No,
into.
Swim out, and then he swims up to you.
Yeah,
I guess once he gets to the top of the
Yeah.
waterfall.
yeah, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, much appreciated.
Yeah. You guys make it through this next stretch of falls and finally make it to a little bit of a calm part. And yeah, after being attacked by those Greninjas and just a grueling climb up this last stretch, you're tired and exhausted and a little nervous because, again, there's Pokemon out here that aren't necessarily as friendly as you've seen before.
Mhm.
Yeah, the next stretch of falls, as you come up to it again, you're in a bit of a calm bit, and then there's one waterfall. It's not as big as that 100 foot cliff, but it's probably one of the bigger straight falls that you've seen in a while. It might be like 50-ish feet. And so you see, as you're coming up to it, there's a Poliwag at the bottom in the pool kind of with you, and it's just swimming around. And then there's a Poliwrath and a Politoad sitting at the top of the waterfall. And you see Poliwrath, Politoad. There we go. You see this Poliwag start to make it up the waterfall, and it makes it a little ways, and then it comes back down, and you hear the Poliwrath and the Politoad cheering it on, and then you see it come up again, and it's trying, and it crashes back down, and it just can't make it.
Okay. Well, you said this is like the last big one.
This isn't the last bit. This is the biggest one you've seen in a while, but you don't know for sure if it's the last one.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I will give it another go. Yeah, just the standard 4.
Yep, standard 4.
All right. 4, 6, 6, 3.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you making your way up this waterfall pretty easily. You've, after that scare with the Greninjas, and that the other ones might not have been as tall as this one, but there was so many in a row and at such a speed. Water, doesn't fall faster at different heights, but the river can be more rapid, and because you had this stretch of calm, you're going into it with the right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the polywag's just giving it its all beside you. Are you going to attempt to help it or do anything with it? Or are you going to just kind of pass it by as you go up the waterfall?
I'll attempt to help it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me. You have Shepherd? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Roll me Shepherd with advantage because your roll for climbing up this waterfall was so good.
Okay, so 2d6 on
So
that?
it'll be 3d6 because you get one for your nature always.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Oof. Okay.
Yeah, not as good of a roll on that one.
No. Yeah, do you want to describe this polywag is not going to make it up the waterfall, but do you want to describe kind of how you make it to the top but this polywag does not?
Well, and so I'm making my way up, and we're going side by side, and you peek over, you make sure they're doing okay as well, because little polywag I concerneth a little bit. So as it's going up, I look over at the polyrath, and I'm like taking a bit of a moment to catch my breath, and I'm holding off to the side of this waterfall, and I kind of hold my hand up to wave at the polyrath, and the polyrath waves back. Like, okay, cool. And so I go back to climbing, and I'm making my way up, and this polywag is going and is jumping, and I see it's about to slip, and I go to grab it as if it has a hand. And there's nothing there. And so I look at my hand for a moment, and I just shake my head, and I'm like, I can't believe I just did that. Poor guy, my bad. And so I'll just kind of continue on, and instead of yelling and doing a crazy big celebration at this one, I'm just going to kind of crouch at the top and kind of like look down at the polyraths and the polywags, and just kind of give them a little wave and then move on.
Yeah. You get to the top and you give him a little wave, and you see the polywag is just sitting in the water at the bottom. He's tired and he's just kind of bobbing, and you can see a bit of a distraught in his face.
Naturally.
And you see polyrath and polytoad just kind of look at you, and they nod, and then they dive off the waterfall into the water to go console and just be there for polywag. As you guys continue on, you make it to a little ways. It takes you roll me a d let's see here, roll me a d4. This will be how many more, because you've been at 6 days?
Yeah.
So this is 8.
2.
So you are at the start of the 8th day.
Okay.
So if you make it to the top, you will have made it in record time.
Or I will have matched.
Or you'll have matched the record time, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And yeah, you see before you, it's the final waterfall. It's this, in front of you is, again, everywhere the rivers and waterfalls had there'd been different paths, and some days you just kind of sat in the water and you'd feel the path and you'd take a right or you'd take a left, or you just kind of go where the water took you. And there'd been, as I say, the biggest, other than that first 100-foot waterfall, the biggest one you'd been was that 50-foot one you just did a day or so ago. And you're making your way, and most of the waterfalls have been pretty wide and pretty impressive in just their sheer size. Even if they weren't overly tall, although 50 feet is still pretty tall for a waterfall. But it's been a journey to get here. But standing before you is a 200-foot vertical, almost like a Minecraft kind of just like tube of water coming down.
Yeah.
And yeah, 200 feet, and it's probably, I'd say, 10 feet around.
Okay.
Just this tube coming straight down, and you can hear the power of this water just boom, rocketing into the into this pool at the bottom. And you see there's nowhere, like, the only way up this water is to swim it. There's nothing you could climb. There's nothing you could grab. And Finion looks at you, and it takes that stone from you, and it starts to like make its way to swimming up this waterfall. And it kind of, like, you're gonna have to climb the rock face. Like, your time in the water is now done, but Finion has to make Luminion. Keep saying Finion.
Yeah.
Luminion has to make his way up through this water.
Yeah.
This is now his journey.
Okay. So do you want to roll for my climb and then a roll for Luminion's swim?
I'm not going to make you roll for your climb. You'll climb this. That's not. I mean, you're going to have to help Augustus. Or sorry, not Augustus. You're Augustus. You're going to have to help Travis.
Yeah. Okay.
Travis is going to struggle, but you and Travis will be able to climb it together.
Yeah.
But Luminion, I'd like you to roll. What do I want you to roll? I will say, I want you to roll, because your rock is with him, and that's giving him the strength that you persevered through this with him.
Yeah.
So roll your swim plus your water for his ability. So it'll be 3 dice.
Okay.
Now that like his challenge is finished, like Augustus's.
Yeah.
Can Krond be helping out Luminion?
Krond, unfortunately, this rock face is too steep. Like, you would have to. Have you ever seen those like doggy harnesses that they like rock climbers use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have to do that with Krond, and you guys are not, like, this is a 200-foot vertical cliff with no like clip-ins or like, this is maybe.
What's a clip-in? Is that a new Pokemon?
Like, there's no anchor point. Like, this is a time for Krond to be in his Pokeball, unfortunately. This is something that Finion or Luminion has to do on their own.
Yeah. Okay. So the 3d6 is there. 311.
Oh, okay. So Luminion is going to give it its all for a whole day and just fall back into the water, and it's just exhausted. It's so tired. You can try again tomorrow.
Oh,
but it's not.
We will. Yeah.
It's not making it up today.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going to do any twists for this. I'm not going to. This is just a pass or succeed, and you're going to need a 6 to succeed. I'll tell you that right now. But it's going to take every time you roll is another day that Luminion is going to try.
So do you want me to just keep rolling to figure out how many days it'll take?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right. So here's the next one. So this is day 2.
Yeah.
Day 9 total. That's
day 9. That's day 9.
Okay. The next one will be day 10. Another fail. Damn. Come on, Luminion.
Within 2 weeks, you got this.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, so this will be day 12?
9, 10, 11. Yeah, this is day 12.
Fuck. He is having a rough go. Apparently Augustus can do it, but he can't.
Well, Augustus has ropes and other things. It's
I didn't when I was swimming.
yeah, but you're not swimming up this 200 foot.
I know. Okay, all right. So let's keep going.
This will be day 14 as Luminion. There we go.
Gets
on
it
day
at
14
the 2-week mark.
Exactly. I called it. I'm a prophet.
Yeah.
What is? Please describe Luminion's journey over these last. Again, you got here on day 8, and it's taken another 6 days just to battle this one part.
If a fish could like sigh, like I imagine, like when you look at a betta fish and you're like, oh man, they look really sad. That's kind of what I imagine him to look like, because like fish expressions can only go so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm imagining he's getting to the top and he is just tired and tuckered and bruised, and like he's probably got bruises all over his body. He is, but I'll be waiting there right for him. And as soon as I see him come over the top, I'm gonna pick him up in a giant hug and spin him around, and yeah.
Really quick, I assume you guys make it up like only as high as he goes, and then you go back down at night. So I assume you guys you guys haven't gotten over the top yourselves yet. Yeah.
Okay. We would have kept pace with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But either way, that's essentially the reaction at the top.
Yeah. You're hugging him at the top. Just this moment of like, as you get into this, and you see he's just like he's almost passed out in your arms.
Mm-hmm.
He's so tired.
He's so tired.
This is just like there's nothing, like there's almost nothing left to him.
Yeah.
It's been a brutal climb. I mean, 200 feet in just vertical in the water with it coming down around him. But you get him in your arms and you kind of turn around because neither of you have fully looked at what's up here, because it's just been watching Luminion and focusing all your like energy at just cheering him on and helping him and just striving for the greatness that it is his attempt up these falls. And as you in the water wade with holding him in and turn around, this giant pool opens up in front of you. It's almost a lake unto itself. Just absolutely enormous. And as you wade through the water, it gets deeper and deeper until you're treading water. And Luminion, for some reason, you tread water all the way, and it takes you a little bit, but you tread water all the way into the center of this lake. And you see Luminion drop the 2 stones from its mouth that it had carried from the bottom of the ocean all the way to the top of this lake. And all of you standing around, because the others are here too. We'll get to them in a minute. But all of you are here watching as you're, just bobbing this little head in the middle of this lake, bobbing, and the stones fall from Luminion and they hit the ground. And even though it's underwater and it's a deep lake, and there's no way anyone could hear these stones hit the ground, all of you hear a clink as the stones hit, and the ripple across the water comes out from where you are as it builds into almost a wave about 10 feet tall, 20 feet by the time it gets to the edges, 30 feet by the time it fully hits the edge of the shore, this wave. And before it breaks on the shore, it folds back in on itself and rushes towards you. And this wave shoots you up and Luminion falls from your hands and dives into the water. And as you splash land into the water, you feel yourself lift up, and underneath you is Kyogre holding you afloat.
Sorry.
Yeah. As Luminion has evolved. You look around and there is, what is that? 1, 2, 4. There's 10 Blastoise just absolutely shooting Hydro Pump into the air, celebrating. You see Travis there, I assume, celebrating.
Absolutely. I'm like painting this scene furiously. I just watched a fucking fish become a god.
Axel and Nero, you watched this happen. You're standing with these 10 Blastoise as they're all just hydro pumping and celebrating into the air. Yeah. What is everyone doing? Travis is painting.
Me and Nero go up to Augustus and Macklemore.
Yeah. I'm gonna rename him because it doesn't really suit him as much anymore. But
we'll present them with whatever this is, with a bunch of candles, and say congratulations.
Like a loaf of llama spread. Yeah. So
also no one's wondering how we got here before you.
By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense. And what are you talking about? We've been here for like 2 weeks. We're not surprised you got here.
Yeah. Well, and so before this, though, so like at the very center of all this is like as the water settles down and the waves start to subside and everything's starting to calm down, it's like you kind of see a figure rise up, and Augustus is going to put his hand down like on Kyogre's back and like stand up and gain his bearings, be like, whoa. Whew. Bit of a battleship now, aren't you, buddy? Holy shit. But good job. And so he's gonna like drop down to his knee and like pat his head and like rub his back and stuff. But then when he stands up, you guys kind of notice he's standing a little weird. And then as he gets closer, you notice that with all the energy that got dispelled in that exchange and in that evolution, there was so much heat that it actually shrunk Augustus's shirt because of how wet it was.
Yeah.
And so he's like, give me a sec here, guys. And he'll like flex and just tear this shirt across his back because, that's better. And it looks cool as hell, but he's like, he hasn't actually changed in his body typing or anything. It's just the shirt was really tight because of the situation. But
he hasn't changed because he was mad ripped the whole time.
He was already mad ripped. Yeah. So like all you guys see is like this just like big jack dude just fucking flex rip a shirt standing on the back of a Kyogre. All right. I do need my stuff back, though.
As it slowly floats down the river.
Yeah, exactly. All the way down to the ocean.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, you guys celebrate and relax at the top of the river for, a day or so. Just hanging out, playing, just enjoying all that you guys have accomplished and done. And the Pokemon around you celebrating too. And yeah, it's just a beautiful sight. And then you guys, I assume, head back down river to Galaxerna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I have so much stuff. Well, first of all, my hands are stained green with the lichen and moss from all of the river. But I have oodles and oodles of wet stuff to share with Apothegranny.
Nice.
Also, I have a shiny Terra Palpitoad that knows a move that interacts with Slingshot somehow.
Yeah, I'll give you that move in a little after. But yeah, you guys make it back to Galaxerna, and we'll end the session there. As I think that's a good place to end. All in all, it was going back home was fairly quick. Did you guys dilly-dally, or did you go quickly back home? Just for timeline wise.
We
I would have
flew
gone
back.
straight. I would have gone straight back because I would have wanted like a nice bed to pass out.
That's fair. So I'm going to say it took you guys about 3 days to get home. So all in all, it was about 14 plus 3, so 17-day journey.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's our longest excursion yet.
Right.
Yeah, as you guys conquered the waterfall. Pretty impressive. As I say, I think we'll end the session there. I was Ian.
I was Travis the Blessed.
No, I was Augustus, the now weary but quite triumphant.
I was myself. I was here.
I was Taylor. I brought the cake.
Nice. And we are sponsored by nobody. Signing off.